Hey, it's TJ, and just recently we got our first updates to the Attonment cards. This is going to be a quick overview, just talking about all the changes. Not going to go very in-depth. Later this week, I'm planning on getting together with more to do a more in-depth talk about these cards and some of the potential with them after being changed. But for now, I'm just going to go over all the cards, mention a slight thing about why I think they were changed, and we'll go from there. So, first of all, we have Boudica. So she was just added another target engaged human citizen you control. This was basically just a small change to stop her from doing shenanigans in the future. If you remove steadfast from her, she would go infinite with herself. Cormac was added a twice per turn, as well as abolish another target human not named Cormac. So two reasons for this card. One, whenever you get control of a human citizen, draw one. This was one of the strongest cards in the set. Humans were drawing tons and tons of cards between this and Polaris, who we'll talk about later. And so I just needed a slight limiter. As well as, with the second ability, two Cormacs would go infinite by themselves. So they had to change those. We'll see. I think at drawing two as twice per turn, it still might be too good, but we will see. Next we have Branwyn. So he was kind of completely reworked from you can cast a spell from your soul for free, and that first line of text was completely removed, and they removed the short time from him. So he's just attack with the top three cards of your deck, then auto spells from your hand versus limbo. The top one, the attack trigger, just limited card design way too much. It means that they could never make another big spell because you could just cast it for free. Azara. This is just a slight rewording. It's just worded slightly better. With commas and proper formatting. Leaf. At the end of his death trigger, they actually added the destroy target tether, because it didn't say that before. So it's a very, very minor change. Molimo. So they changed his sacrifice trigger to draw one in the discard to look at your deck you may put into your limbo. So they just need to change that effect a little bit. Probing every time is a little bit too good. So this will probably be fine, but we'll have to see. I'm really hoping they can keep a free sack outlet in the game, but there's a chance that it's just way too strong. Still. Speaking of, so POW. This was one of the cards that I broke super hard. If you notice, give me a second, I'm gonna turn up my mic down a little bit, see it's maxing out. So, if you notice, POW, this is from the deck or limbo pile, now it is deck or hand. The issue with this is with him, Molimo, and I can't remember the name, but it's another Piscean that has a plunder 2 effect. You could loop through your entire deck, mill your whole deck, and go 2 O's and combo off. You could even just loop a POW if you have a short time 4 to attack your opponent over and over again. So this had to be changed. And so they had to remove the limbo pile, so now it's from deck or hand, so you can doubloon it into play. Alika. So they added a short time 3, makes it a little bit harder. The citizen cannot be targeted by opponent citizens, and instead it cannot be targeted. So this just makes it a little bit easier to interact with, because before it was impossible to interact with, which is just something you do not want in a hate piece. A Corpus. Whenever you devour citizen, you put citizen into play from your hand or limbo pile. Instead, it should be you can play a spell card. Now you can just put it into play for free whenever you devour, even if it's your limbo. So that's a really kind of interesting effect, and reworded it on the talk slightly. So, Savros. So this was changed to put a card with Devour to a citizen with Devour. This is really cool because it gives you more synergies with the Void Napped card, which is a spell with Devour, which allows this card to have more synergies in your deck, and it's some cute little things you can do with it. Kitinsa. I think I said that right. So instead of it being spell card, it is now a non-citizen. This allows you to grab tethers. That's kind of all it adds, because we needed something for tethers, and just adding the word non-citizen is something that games like Magic use a lot, except they say non-creature. It's very good as a catch-all for that kind of stuff, and it's just more clean. Something that me and S'more had recommended. A lot of these actually just means more recommended and stuff. So Mar. So this one's changed from being just one of any color to being an orange. In testing, this card was a little bit too good, just being easily pumpable and stuff. Making it cost an orange makes it synergize a little bit more with its Aegoz deck, as well, while still being a good card in non-Aegoz decks, as all the cards that are orange and should be, in my opinion. Like this. Gritch, who is instead of Devour, draw 1, he's engaged or pay 1, probe 1. So that makes him good in all of the decks. You can splash orange and all across your decks instead of being good in just Aegoz. Sithis. So, sidestep, you may Devour 1 instead of playing this card citizen cost. So no, so he actually has Devour now, which is important for some other cards that care about searching for cards with Devour and whatnot. If you control 2 other citizens, you may cast Citizens without paying still costs, so you still have to Devour. But it just means that you can he actually has the keyword Devour, which matters for a lot of things. Imogen. I'll take claim for this having to be changed. I recommended it on the original version, that'd be -5 instead of -4. Where they added, if it's not the first card. Yeah, it's a little bit too good, probably, so it's back to -4. Sad face. Merc. This is a very, very small formatting change. Instead of it just being the 0 in orange, it's actually the orange symbol. That's all that is. A couple other... So they actually added orange symbols instead of the zeros. Sig. Basically just removed the first time this blocks your turn just to gauge it, so you can't double block things. And change its stats a bit. There might have been some other stat changes in the past that I missed. If I did, my bad. Gonus. Same exact effects, they just worded him better and changed the wording on him a bit. Clandestine Harmony. Instead of being just a card from your soul row, it's an Ascendant Citizen from your soul row. This kind of locks this card into Ascendant, where it's kind of made for. Because in testing, this was just, you use this and you grab Coco every time. It was just way too free because it wasn't targeted. Now that's Ascendant from your soul row. It's still that, but you have to be Ascendant to actually take advantage from this in general. As the water. So instead of it being blue-green, counter target spell, it's now blue-blue counter target non-citizen card. Same thing about the other card, non-citizen, just helps against tethers. As well as the blue-blue. Green has been really, really dominant, and they wanted to start actually giving counter spells more to blue instead of just letting green have them all as well. Fourbird's Fury. Instead of costing X blue-green and one of either, it's now XX blue-green. This makes it a little bit more expensive to bounce multiples. We'll have to test it and time see how it goes. But at a glance, this card was way, way, way too good. And it should be more fair now. Okay. Now we have Cradle of Filth. So this now lets you put any number of citizens with the same name onto the island. So this was made to help with Sig. Sig just by himself was a very kind of lame build around. This card was designed to help make playing Sig's worth it more. That's why that was changed. Solace. So all of this whole cycle of tethers were absurd. And so now all the tethers have a theme where that you can't do things equal to the number of destroyed 11 your card's opponent controls. So they're all kind of limited. So this one went from casting from blah blah blah. You can cast a card deck for free to you can draw X and put the same amount of cards you from on the top of your deck. X is the number. So say you've destroyed 4 of your opponent's cards, you draw first time you destroy one the turn, for turn because solo, you draw 4, put 4 on top of your deck. Unless you manipulate your hand stuff, seems decent. Rock, just remove the card draw. Drawing a card off this was absolutely nuts and should not have been that way. So they just moved that as well as a little bit of a formatting change. Ectoprism. So this was just reformatted with a new wording that they're doing. Equal to or less than the number of destroyed 11 your cards target opponent controls, instead of less than equal to the number of 11 your cards you have destroyed this game. Makes it easier to track and whatnot. Dominus. So this card was absurdly strong. Just being able to copy your spells for free. And so they changed it to you have to have attack this turn in order to copy something. We will see how this goes. I think it might still be strong, but we have to test it. A Bulwark. Solo, once again, solo, you can draw one, cast a human for free. It was absurd. So now, draw one, you may cast human in with cost less than number of draw 11 your cards, so you can draw the card. It's fine. Because now it only lets you put something with like cost 1, 2, 3. And if it's just the last one, then you can cast an Overlord, which is fine. Strigoi. Sword. Same text, except instead of just engaging it, you have to sacrifice it to reanimate something. That's fine. It might not be good enough anymore. We'll see. And test it. See, but it's a good change, I think. Brand. Same thing. This one just like the other one, just reformatted with new wording. Turkish Totem was added solo. With multiple Duke Totems, multiple Malkas, it just got out of hand. Angor, just Anchor. I believe. Right. So, whenever price, so it used to be destroys 11 your card, you bought off the card of your deck, you may cast one of them for free. Now it's when a price you control destroys an 11 your card abolish up to X cards from your limbo pile, or add up to X abolish cards you own to your hands. Ooh, that might be too good, because that means if you destroy 3 11 your cards, it's gonna be a pseudo draw 3. That's probably too good. We'll see. Jamie's Violin. So the issue with this was it just said engage draw card. The rest of the text didn't matter. They removed the draw a card option, which might make it unplayable, but it's better than how it was, because this was just a 2-cost draw an extra card each turn, because you didn't care about attaching it. Sturmer. Aegon, you control destroys 11 your card, target citizen you control deals damage to target citizen that's up in combat. So whenever Aegon destroys something, you can do a fight and put an then you put an Aegon with cost 1 from your limbo pile onto the island. So now whenever Aegon you control destroys 11 your card, put up to X amount of Aegon citizens with total cost 2 less from your limbo pile onto the island. Ooh, with the X's thing. That could be too good. That's really interesting, though. I like that. I like it. Might be too good. We'll see. Drum of Litha. Okay, yep. So instead of you being able to beat swap something for free, it allows you to pump your whole direct team, either give them Ravenous or Tenacious. It's fine. I like it as a finisher. I don't think it's actually going to see much play, though. As is, we'll see. Precondite. That is target citizen you don't control instead of any target citizen. Just so you could do some shenanigans like removing solo and stuff. Chimera. Yep. It looks like just a slight reformatting and reordering of words to make it sound better. Alamibrum. Abolish all cards from all players' limbo piles. Engage. Abolish target player card from a player's limbo pile. So reformatted, and you can choose to abolish engage and abolish a card from any player's limbo pile, so you can get rid of your own, which is how it could was before. So just better wording on that. Aboris added solo, and that's it. This card was an issue, obviously. It drew too many cards, especially if it combined with Cormac. Adding solo, it might still be good, but we'll see. Embrius to control something, and they completely changed it. Okay, yep. So instead of it stealing something, instead you attach physical control, but it would be destroyed. You destroy the tether instead. So it kind of gives something like armor. So if it would die once, it doesn't die instead of what it did, this was way too good, we think. So those are the first round of the changes for the official Attonment testing. At a glance, I like everything that we see pretty much. Couple cards that could be issues still, but we'll see. hopefully here in the next few days, I'll have a more in-depth video with Smarthead going over everything. Thanks for watching.